Hello, my name is Lina Yusafi, and I'm a family lawyer and founder of YLaw Group, a family law firm in British Columbia. Today, I wanted to talk to you about what are not Section 7 or extraordinary expenses relating to the children. Section 7s or extraordinary expenses are a type of child support. So in BC, we have two types of child support. The monthly child support, which covers food, shelter, and day-to-day expenses of the children. And then we have extraordinary or Section 7 expenses, which relate to what they say, extraordinary expenses of kids. These can include tuition, medical or dental expenses. They could include some extracurricular activities and so forth. But a lot of parents confuse what Section 7 expenses are, and they claim a lot of expenses that are simply not Section 7 expenses. So I'm going to go through a list of what these expenses are, which are not Section 7 expenses. Pets. So you can't say, you spent $80 a month on pet food, that's a Section 7 expense, or buying pets for your children. Clothing is a part of monthly child support, not Section 7 expenses, so you can't be asking for those. Children's meals outside of home, because those are discretionary and they should be a part of the monthly expenses. Vacations, home computer, Christmas gifts for children, and recreational activities, such as, let's say, rock climbing. And if your child gets into trouble, any legal fees or lawyer fees to defend them against criminal allegations are not Section 7 expenses. Cars and associated maintenance and gas costs are not Section 7 expenses. Some expenses could be Section 7 expenses, but it depends on a case-to-case basis, because the judge would basically look at your income and your ex's income and see how much that income is together and whether these expenses that I'm going to go through make sense in this situation and are reasonable. These expenses that I'm going to go through could be Section 7 expenses. Some extracurricular activities, such as swimming, gymnastics, karate, etc., horseback riding, competitive dance and uniforms for dance, hockey, competitive ice skating, extraordinary expenses for primary and secondary school, such as tuition. Having said that, tuition is usually a Section 7 expense in most situations, if the parents' income is reasonable. But if the parents' income is really low, then tuition may not become a Section 7 expense because people can't afford it. Cell phones could or could not be Section 7 expenses, laptops, and other educational programs. And just so you know, in order to determine whether something should be included as a Section 7 expense, the expense must be reasonable given the household income, and it should be necessary. And not necessary in the fact that, it's a life and death situation, but necessary, for example, like if you need books for your secondary school, you need to buy them and they're going to cost money, then that's likely a Section 7 expense in case the parents can afford it, right? So that's how you need to look at these expenses, making sure that you can afford them and that they're reasonable. If you have any questions or would you like a consultation, please call us at 604-974-9529 or email info@ylaw.ca. Thank you.